Hello there, I'm Trevor, and welcome back to Minecraft. Oops, wrong button. Welcome back to Minecraft, part number 8. A lot has happened since the last video. This whole area here is new. I realized I probably should have built this while on camera, but I wanted to start the video in this area because I like it. It's just a little overlook to this wide area that I largely have not explored. However, I will be exploring some of it today, a very particular section, if you get what I mean. But before I do that, let me show you some stuff I've been working on. So this pathway leads back over to this area, and you'll see over here, this purple might have caught your eye. I have some animal pins over here, and wow, the chickens have been productive. But I've also got purple sheep and cows. These are all very important. Actually, the chickens might not be very important, but these two are very important. However, that's not for today. That's for the next video, which I am slowly preparing for because it is going to be a very big video. Today's will be a little bit smaller, maybe shorter, I'm not sure, but it will be equally as important, if not more so. In between videos, I also went mining, and I don't know how many materials I had at the end of last video, but I have a whole lot more. I think I almost doubled the amount of diamonds I had, but none of that is important for now, because what's really important is how ugly my base is. I mean, I just have a big flat field full of torches, and it's been this way for the majority of the time, and I really should make pathways leading to everything. And that's what this video is for. It's kind of a little bit of housekeeping, I suppose, but it's something I've been meaning to do for a while, and I think I'm finally gonna knock that out today. But before I do that, I need some materials, and one of those materials is grass. I usually just break grass because I don't think it looks very good the way that it's programmed, so I usually just break all the grass around, and that's why this area looks so flat. But if I get my own, then I can kind of shape it how I want it to be. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you might have seen this bucket here. I have a blue axolotl in my water bucket at the moment. I'm actually going to put that somewhere safe. This is currently filled with items for next video. I guess I'll just throw him in here somewhere, right in the middle. And now I need a new bucket because that one is currently in use. So like I said in the intro, I am going to go exploring, and that's mainly because these paths that I'm going to be making are going to require a little bit of that right there, that pale moss, so I will need to venture in that direction. And on the way, I'll probably grab some other materials as well, but I'll also be able to get a look over this mountain because I've never gone that direction, so I don't know what I could find over there, but I'm excited to see that. So yeah, let's go. This also gives me an opportunity to use my horse, Penny. Haven't used her very much since I've gotten her, but this is a good opportunity to do so. Now I just have to figure out the best way to get down this mountain. And here we are. We've made it to the Pale Garden. This is what my mountain looks like from the opposite side there. Anyway, it's a good thing I came at daytime. Oh, it is actually turning night though. I still got a little bit of time. And I didn't bring a leash, so I'm just gonna have to, you know what, I was gonna trust her, but I really don't. So I'm digging you one of these. Sorry. I don't really need too much, and I really don't want all of this extra stuff as well, so I'm just kind of going for the pale moss. I might get a tree or two, but I don't really care for the carpets, although I'm sure I'll end up with quite a few. And since it is turning night, the resin would be nice to get as well. I just know any second now there's going to be a weird tree creature. I must spot it and it's gonna jump scare me. I just know it. So I'm waiting. Still no creaking. I wonder if, since it's a small one, if they're not really gonna spawn that often, or if they won't spawn at all because it's just a small biome. But yeah, it's officially nighttime now. Oh, hello. You are not a creaking. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, she barely got hurt at all. So I'm thinking there's just not gonna be a creaking here, which is really disappointing. Maybe if I stay long enough, one will spawn. Ah, hello. But this is, I'm noticing there's other dangers here that are a bit more pressing. Hello, hello, bye-bye. There's another creeper down there too. If only I had torches. I think creakings still spawn if you have torches down. Maybe I shouldn't have that there. Alright, I've officially given up. There's not going to be a creaking. If you know more than me, feel free to let me know how creaking spawns work, because I figured as long as there were trees around it could spawn in any one of them. But maybe it's just not that common, or it's not able to happen in such a small biome. I'm not sure. But I am sure that this crater is very ugly, and I apologize to all of the trees here. But now, in the middle of the night, I'm gonna adventure this way. Whoa, hello. I notice I say hello to like every monster that I see. You did not drop your armor, and hello to you too. So I don't know if this is a glitch with the current version, or if this is something to do with any mods I have installed, but whenever I have a shield up, it still makes the sound as if I'm getting hurt, and like my screen shakes and everything. So like, watch this. See, even though it's hitting my shield, it still makes the sound and acts like I'm getting hurt, even though I'm not taking damage. Penny. Penny. Where did she go? And now I've lost my horse. Awesome. Oh, brother. Oh, there she is. Whew. Right next to two different creepers. Oh, that's awesome. I told you to choose your friends wisely. Come on. So it looks like we have a savanna this way, which is cool. However, it is my least favorite biome, so not that cool. Not seeing too much going on over there. Just a regular savanna. And another cherry blossom biome over that way. That's neat. If I ever need a savanna, I will come this way. I've killed 3 endermen, and not a single one of them has dropped an ender pearl. Well, this guy's gonna drop something. Wow, that zombie dropped an egg. Oh. It was a lucky egg. Oh, goodness. That's crazy. That might be the first time that's ever happened to me. Getting 4 chickens from 1 egg. I wish I would have done that at my base. There's another enderman. Oh my goodness. And a creeper. You know what? And another enderman. Okay. I'm just leaving. Just passing through. I swear, chickens drop eggs much more frequently than they used to. Because it's like everywhere I go, there's an egg. And my chicken farm at home has a lot as well. Alright, Penny. Back in your cage. You wander off too much. You're a good horse. And so the next step would be to work on the pathways themselves. And since I'm using a lot of path blocks, I need a lot of shovels to be able to make the path blocks. And I don't like using iron shovels just because that's a waste, it feels like. So I'm making a lot of stone ones. And the other blocks I'll need are obviously the pale moss, the grass as well, and these leaves I'll be using. But also, in the background while I've been mining, I've been getting a lot of glow lichen. I'm using this as well. It'll kind of blend in with the pale moss and also give the path a glow. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I think it should look pretty cool. And with that, I guess I should start by connecting these two paths here. So I'm just going to go out from right here and just kind of make a general shape. There already goes a shovel of how I want this to go. And then I'll flesh it out a bit more here as I go along. And the general design principle is that I want to have around 3 blocks in each area. Not exactly like all the time have 3 blocks, but just have it wide enough that it can feel like a path, you know? If that makes any sense. I wanted to give it this little bend at the end here, but it's not exactly going how I was hoping. Alright, I think this is probably the best that I'm going to get. So it kind of comes out this way, then it goes over here, and then it curves back around to right here. I have a general layout of how I want all the paths to go, so I'll work on that now, and I'll get all of these connections made. And I won't make you watch that, because that's a lot of workshopping as well as a lot of just me digging and placing dirt. So I'll see you when I'm done with all that. Alright, I'm just gathering some materials here real quick for the next video. And, you know, I realize if you know Minecraft well enough, then you can probably guess what the next video is going to be about, just based on the things that I'm gathering here. But that's not important. What's important are the pathways. Alright, so obviously I have the one leading there, and then I created this one going around the side of my house, goes past my mine shaft, back here to the animals, connects up to the back of my house, and then goes off in that direction. And I also had planned on doing one that wraps back over to there. I might do it someday, but for today, I'm not going to do that because it kind of feels pointless. Like, it would be a shortcut, I suppose, but nah. So let's start talking about the actual design of the pathways here. So I wanted to incorporate some other colors instead of just being brown like the rest of my pathways have been so far. So I wanted this gray color, and I don't think I'm going to include it everywhere, like not this pathway or anything, but I'll have it going around these main ones. And looking at my concept image here, I realize I actually am going to have some coarse dirt as well. I forgot to gather some of that, but that was easy enough to get. Starting is always the hardest part. I don't really know where to begin here. So I guess I'll just start breaking blocks. And I'm just going to put a few gray bits around the place, as well as some coarse dirt. And I'm specifically going to place this around the outsides, because the inside path I think is a good shape. So I'm just going to focus on doing this on the outside here. And so that might be enough. It still looks a little weird. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but it'll all come together, I promise you. So next up, I'm going to place some leaves. Oh man, that was that was a bad start. Hold on, let's try that again. So next up, I'm going to place some leaves around the place. These will define the path just a little bit more, give it some more texture as well. Instead of being a flat road, it'll have bushy leaves around the place as well. Alright, I'm reaching outside the scope that I was working on here, but that's all the leaves down. Next up is the glow lichen, which is mostly going to be near these areas with moss. So it's kind of going to be like the moss is spreading. And now that it's turning nighttime, this is a great time to add the next element, which are these torches. And so instead of having just a bunch of torches dotted around the place randomly, I'll have them on their little posts around the place so that they can light up the area without looking too unnatural. Man, torch placements are really difficult to get right. because I want them to be in areas that look good, but also areas that light up the place. And so it's kind of a hard mix to get those perfectly balanced. But I think this looks pretty good. Maybe a little too busy. I might cut some of these hedges down so they're not too tall. I think having some that are tall looks good, but yeah, I like that a lot better, so you can see over them and it doesn't feel too enclosed. So then the finishing touch over here would be the grass. This will be more of a space filler for these extra areas that feel like they need something. Like right here and here, definitely right here. And there you have it. It is complete now. Excuse you. What is bro doing over here? Yeah, get over here. Uh-oh. He has backup. There's the shield glitch doing its thing. So as I was saying, this is now done. And see, at the start it was kind of looking a little iffy, but now that it's all put in place, I think it came together very nicely. Now I just have to do that for all the other pathways. Yippee. But I'm not going to explain the process through each one of these. But I also don't want to be here all day, so I'm going to get to work on these now. Well, I was just about to do a check-in and show you what I've been working on, but I seem to have some guests that I have to clear out first. I hear a bunch of them, but I only see the one. Oh, they're probably under me in this cave. I bet that's what it is. I've been meaning to block this up, and I did cover some of it up, but I never fully covered it. I don't hear them, though. I would have thought they'd be right here. There has to be at least one more, because I haven't seen the banner guy. Well, that is weird. 15 eggs? Are you serious? I'm not even gonna... Did I just hear another one? There we go, full stack of eggs. I'm not even gonna throw them in there because there's enough chickens. More than enough. So, let me show you what I have been working on. So I've got all this down. It's taking me about 20 to 30 minutes, and there's still some work to do. So it's actually a much more difficult task than I was expecting, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. So here we have this pathway that goes around here, and I left this spot here open because I'm not sure what I want to do with this mineshaft area, but I'm probably going to add some more decoration here, but I at least didn't want to close it off or anything. And then as it wraps around here, you'll see that I put in some grass around here as well. And I realized I actually really like the look of the leaves next to the grass. I think that's the colors work pretty well. I also spread in some of this grass here to blend in the area and connect the two together. And I think it does a pretty good job of that. Maybe I'll add some like water or like a stream going through here or something. I don't know. I don't want to be too busy though. But anyway, this then leads back here. And I haven't done this pathway yet, and I also left this area open, but I did connect it back here. Also, I think an Enderman paid me a visit because I did not place that there. These cows are really overcrowded. I'm gonna have to take some of these out. But don't worry, I'll cut the video. You don't have to see any of this. Wow, that is a lot less cows. Don't worry, I opened the gate and just let them all free. Don't worry, nothing happened to them. They just it's out in the fields now. This is a good opportunity to show you what it looks like at nighttime. I meticulously placed all of the torches around so that they would cover the area. And the lichen doesn't really do much, not nearly as much as I would hope. It'd be cool if it like emitted a slightly bluer light, then it could have a cool effect, but no, Minecraft doesn't have different color lighting yet. Maybe one day. Alright, so this last little bit here, the reason why I didn't touch this yet is because there's actually something I want to show you. So this pathway is not just leading into a wall, it's actually going to lead up this way. And I'm going to make the pathway go up here. More chicken eggs, of course. And I spawned a chicken, oh my goodness. Anyway, the pathway will come up this way. It'll go around here, up here, and then up to here. And this right here is a weird shape, but this is what next video is going to be about. However, I do want to build this pathway so that I can just go straight into that build next time and not have to worry about the path up. So that's actually what I'm going to do right now, is just clear this out, and hopefully it'll look pretty natural. It's kind of a weird looking area right now, especially with all the stone and the trees, and I think it's a cave is what it is. This is an exposed cave, and I'm just going to turn it into a pathway leading up the mountain. And there it is. It's even turning nighttime now, so we can see it in all its shining beauty. I didn't really think about this, but there's actually a little transition here toward the taiga biome with the leaves and the grass, and I think that's kind of cool. It kind of seems like you're going off into a new area, which is really what this is. So I actually really like that transition. And as for the mountain here, I didn't finish this. I'm actually going to do this in between videos because it's going to be a pretty big project. So I'll just have this ready for next video. At least we got the pathways done. But actually I lied. There is actually one more pathway that I need to make, and it's from right here leading to right over there. Because I have this village over here and I never visit it, and I feel kind of bad. So I'm at least going to create a pathway over there. So, if I want to visit it, I can pretty easily. I know I really shouldn't be doing this at night. I'm just going to get snuck up on by a creeper, but no, I really should go to bed. And I need to make a new shovel anyway, so that's alright. I realized that even though I made pathways here, I'm actually having more fun jumping around the outside on all the leaves. So this is really what I've been doing rather than walking along the path. This part here is a little dangerous, so I'm trying to make it a little safer right now. I'm also just blocking up all the iron golems that fell down there. They're all still down there. Alright, so there's the pathway built connecting the village to my base. And now all I have to do is add in the typical decorations, and then it will be complete. But this is a pretty long pathway, so it'll take me a minute. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but this has been a lot longer than I had anticipated. It has taken me a hot minute to do all this. And it's not like it's difficult work or anything. Ooh, a little bit of lag right there. It's not really difficult work. It's just very, very meticulous. And, I place something down, I don't like it, so I gotta break it, then I restart, Just a lot of that happening. I'm actually going to try something a little bit different here by putting the pale moss on this ledge here, and I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we will see in a little bit. Although it's turning nighttime, so I should run all the way back. So I just got the first layer down, just the floor with the pale moss. I keep forgetting the name of it. I have to think about it for a second. But that's the pale moss and the coarse dirt. Now I'm working on the glow lichen. And really this is how you want to do pretty much any Minecraft build. You want to work on layers at a time. So I do the first layer, which is the ground level, then the glow lichen, then the leaves, and then finally the torches and then the grass. And so by focusing on one layer at a time, you can really make sure that each layer or each detail is clean and uniform throughout. Like with these bushes, I want to make sure that I keep the same general shapes on them. But if I were to do all of one section, then move on to the next section, the next, then I might forget what the leaves are looking like in every section. And so I want to keep them all looking the same, so I'm doing them all at one time, if that makes any sense. And so I think that's a pretty good general building principle to keep in mind. This is now the third time that it's started raining while I've been recording. Luckily every other time it's been while I'm working on something off camera, but I keep sleeping to get it to go away and it just keeps coming back. Minecraft rain can be pretty annoying sometimes. And it's not going to let me sleep because it's not nighttime. So I just have to wait. But what I realized while building this is that there's a lot of straight areas here, and these leaf patterns that I've been using are really designed for more curves and stuff like that. So they work well on the bendy areas like over there, but on these straight paths, it's kind of hard to get them to fit in. And with that, it's all done. So I'll take you on a little walk down this path. Got everything filled in. I mean, it just looks completely different than before. It was just a forest with a part of a pathway down here. So my main goal today was to make everything look a lot better and less flat, as well as giving myself a way around the place without just running across the field. And I think this was a massive success. It looks great, and I am happy to continue working on future projects here, like the one behind me that I keep teasing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I don't know, maybe you learned something today, I'm not sure. I know I did. I've never been an expert with paths, but after designing this one, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the future.